that's the reality here. You can't watch your child good enough because you got to go to work. America demands the parent get away from the house. It breaks up the family. And they become surrogate parents. And what do you think they're teaching? What do you think they're allowing? What do you think they're allowing? Even at daycare center level. Even at daycare center level. Okay? So you have to realize that these things exist and stop closing your eyes and pretending. What's worse, they used to say, they teach this at teaching school. A child that's afraid of the dark or an adult that's afraid of light. It's the adult. Too many times we see the child, little chubby boy or girl, because they get everything they ask for. You don't never teach the child, no. So they never learn how to control themselves. And this is something that should be learned stair-step, piece after piece. Yes, when they're very, very infants, you have to feed them. You have to give them what they need. But that's the key point. The purpose for nurturing a child is to enable the child to get along without the parent. Not to make the child a welfare recipient. To always gimme, throw a tantrum. So we have to stop this at the early age. I'm hungry, too much food. Sometimes we give these children so much food they never know when to stop eating. I had a child come to school, 9 o'clock, ask for lunch. Because he's not accustomed to feeling any type of feeling in his stomach. He's constantly in the act of feeding it, putting something in. And even in Jannah, we're only going to eat in the morning and the evening. In Jannah. And that's the best of it. That's the best of it. We need to start, snack is good for child. Snack. But we need to think about their health in a more responsible adult manner. We are the adults. We know the child wants candy. But you are an adult. You know that you have to give the child some fruit. You know you have to give the child some water. You know you have to say, no, wait till dinner. I'm hungry. Then you'll eat your whole dinner then. When the dinner comes or the lunch comes. But we don't want to do that because we're lazy. Go back and we're not being sincere to these children. Allah says, "Qu anfusakum wa ahlikum naran." Save yourself and your family from the fire. Ibn Abbas, he told us this means that the parent, the father, teach his child and his family everything they need to know to get into Jannah, and they teach them everything they need to know to stay away from the fire. Are we doing that? Ad-deen nasiha. The deen is good sincerity. Being real with your children. Every day. The children should be active. Pokemon and all these stupid games that they play, these things are nothing but harmful for the child. They teach nothing. If you look at the games, they teach nothing but violence. Most of every theme in these games that they have are shaitanic. Jinns. Doing khurafat. All types of haram things. And we constantly buy it. Shrek. What is Shrek? He's a jinn. What is Pokemon? A pocket monster. What are these things that we're introducing into our home? What is the hope? Except another jinn. Majnun. Narnia. All these things we think are harmless, they are not harmless. There is a qasd, an objective, and a niyyah with everything they introduce to your child, and you act like you're the child and you can't understand it. Islam comes to teach us how to be humans. When you teach your child to watch these programs, the first thing that happens is they have to suspend their reality. Dig the thought. Suspend their reality. In order to enjoy the show, they have to say, okay, this is not real. And then they get accustomed to suspending their reality. Because like we said, man akthara min shay urifa bih. Whoever does something consistently, he gets in the habit of doing that thing, and he's known by that thing. So then when it's time for him to do some real thinking, what does he have in his bank, in his database? A whole bunch of junk, nothing he can use. So he has to stop thinking, where's anything that I can use? Okay, Hulk, Narnia, no, that's no good. Pokemon. Where's the good information? It's all a bunch of lies, all a bunch of non-reality. He gets a headache. He doesn't want to think. He goes and gets some aspirin, which turns out to marijuana, which turns out to crack or heroin as he gets older, because he wants the pain to go away, because I'm not used to feeling no pain. This is the reality. Or he drinks liquor. Why? Because it's there. You put it in front of him. You ain't getting married. Most of these girls ain't getting married. You wait till you get them back home. Again, the racism. So most of the time, the ones that come over here, that's born here, that's Muslims, their parents are immigrants, they lose their virginity to KAAFIRs. This is the reality. So much so, the New York Times is talking about it. They got a new operation to help the Muslims. They say, regain your virginity. And they give it to them in secret. And it's blowing up here in the United States from immigrant Muslims whose parents are embarrassed that their daughter lost their virginity to some KAAFIR or to some Muslim because they were not adult enough to recognize that this child is horny, that this child wants to get married. And if you don't marry them, then they will marry themselves. The reality, their friends are faggots. They come to them and they introduce this to them and they talk to them about it. You, their parents. It's your obligation to protect these children from all these things. The way to it is easy. All you got to do is talk. It starts off with you talking. And all you people who are sanctimonious, who think it's not going to happen to me, you keep saying it's not going to happen to me till it happens to me. You better talk to some of these brothers who are harder at trying to keep their children, who have some experience with this, what happened to their children. Talk to some of these men that have been here 5 minutes longer than you, who have 16-year-old, 17-year-old children. Ask them the truth. Where their children at? Some of these African-American brothers who are fighting in court. Because sometimes brothers want to marry these sisters so quick, and they get divorced, and she take your butt to court, and she take the child, and you name them Fatima, but she's selling crack. How many Abdullahs out there? Oh, my father's Muslim. We meet them every day. My father's from Pakistan. Oh, yeah, my mother, she was with this guy. He was from Morocco. Yeah, he's Muslim. Yeah, my name is Abdul Musta, whatever they say. This happens every day. This is the reality. This is our reality. You want it to be in America? This is the American reality. And the only way out of it is to follow the Sunnah and to leave off racism and to leave off clannishness and to come together and take these children honestly and teach them what it is that they need at this level to save themselves from the realities that we have placed before them. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم أقم الصلاة.